Chelsea fans? This is Up Chelsea TV, and I'm Uga Madi. So let's dive straight in. Apparently, Chelsea want Jorrel Hato. Hours ago, or I'll say a couple of days ago, the talk on the report were Chelsea, were in for Xavi Simons, the RB Leipzig forward midfielder, and we're discussing personal terms with the player and his camp. And according to those reports, Xavi Simons wants to come to Chelsea, has eyes set on coming to Chelsea. And RB Leipzig apparently had meetings easier for Chelsea, meetings easy for Chelsea, reducing the sort of ask for Xavi Simons. Say it's going to be below £60, £60 million. So looking at between 50 and maybe 56, 57 million pounds. And in the previous video, I did say that for me, that was, fair given the market value. You're seeing players go for 95 million euros. You're seeing someone like, you see someone like Florian Wirtz going for, 160 million pounds. And I don't think, he's that much better than, Xavi Simons. I don't think he's 80 million pounds better than Florian Wirtz, in my opinion. So I think that was a fair deal. And for me, I say it's a good deal if Xavi Simons will be coming in to Chelsea to play in the midfield in that 10 role. He's not a winger. He's not even an inverted winger. He's a 10. People keep saying he's a winger. Where have we lost every love for dynamism in football, where you can see a 10 actually dominating that midfield area behind the striker? That's what Xavi Simons is. That's what Eden Hazard was. So you're not going to tell me that Xavi Simons is a winger. But to go on to other news, other items, Jorrel Hato has now been linked to Chelsea. That Chelsea have, initiated talks, with Jorrel Hato, and also looking to initiate talks with Ajax as well. For me, this is good news. This is good news. Now, if you've seen me on previous channels and previous videos talking about Jorrel Hato and saying it was a bad idea to go for Jorrel Hato, now let me explain. What I meant was, and I made it clear in those videos, not on this channel anyway, but I made it clear in those videos. I said to sign Jorrel Hato before you sign a striker is bad for Chelsea. Was bad for Chelsea, but ever since then, water under the bridge. Different things have happened. The nature and complexity of things have changed, especially you signed two strikers. Though I wanted the Victor Osimhen, I wanted the Victor Gyökeres. That isn't happening. Victor Osimhen is heading to Galatasaray. Gyökeres is heading to Arsenal. But you've got two strikers in the building. You've got Liam Delap in the building, high upside, but still very, very raw, like I always admit. And João Pedro, still young, 23, 24, was very, very bright. Showed what he was all about, in the Club World Cup, in the semi-finals and the finals. You saw his trickery, his pace, his ability to, link up with Cole Palmer, which works a treat from a Chelsea perspective for Chelsea fans and for the club as well, and for Enzo Maresca as well, and Cole Palmer too. So you've got those strikers, I wouldn't say completely sorted out, but let's say 90% done. Because I think jointly they can both come up with maybe 40 goals in all competitions. Let's see how that shakes out. So getting Jorrel Hato right now, for me, is a good idea. Because for me, he ticks all the boxes when it comes to playing on the left-hand side. For me, he's primarily a left back. He can do a job in the heart of defense, but he's a left back. And I think he's one that can not quite compare with Cucurella, because Cucurella is just that he's the king of inverting fullbacks, not just left backs. He is the king of inverting left backs. Now, one problem I've had, or one issue that I know some Chelsea fans as well would have had, is that there's been no backup for Cucurella. So Cucurella would have to play every game, and once you had a different option in there was a huge drop, a huge drop. So Jorrel Hato for me is good business. It falls within the age requirement of clearly capital and the other ownership groups of Chelsea. Now, the one thing I've said about this age thing, it's not that you don't sign a 19-year-old if he's good enough, or an 18-year-old if he's good enough. Don't make it the only thing you do. Don't look at a 23-year-old, 24-year-old, 25-year-old that is phenomenal in the role and say, no, I'm not gonna sign you because you're not 18, because you're not 19. So overall, for me, I think Jorrel Hato is good business for Chelsea, and I think bringing him in to be a backup to Cucurella is splendid news for me. Although I would have loved Ishe Samuel Smith to get that backup spot, because I think he's good enough, and given that Cucurella is always fit, I'll say 95% of the time he is fit. So I would have preferred Ishe Samuel Smith to be that left back, backup, if you can say that, for Cucurella. But you can always have what you want. He's off to, I think, for £8 million, if I'm not mistaken. He should be headed to Strasbourg. Let's see how that shakes down. Strasbourg, you've got Valentin Bacco there. You've got Morera. Kudos to Liam Rosinho, who's turned him into a phenomenal left back. So let's see how that shakes down. So you have 3 left backs who are in and around the same ages at Strasbourg, but let's see how that all pans out. But overall, happy with the news. Very, very good news for Chelsea. If that deal is done, if Xavi Simons is done, he gets in, you can play with 2 10s, or you can have someone that can come in instead of Cole Palmer. So let me know your thoughts and opinions on this, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Up Chelsea fans, this is Up Chelsea TV, and I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye bye.